Thank you for being here. Happy to have you here. So we bumped up the live stream from typically 7 p.m. Eastern now to 3 o'clock just because of the big game today. So we didn't want to interrupt that at all for anybody on either coast. So otherwise, the next live stream will be this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, just like normal. And throughout the rest of the month for February, we're going to have the live streams on both Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So let's get through a couple quick notes here just in the beginning of the show. And there's a big coupon today that I do want you to take advantage of. And that coupon code is SUPER25. So what Super25 is going to do, it's going to give you 25% off your orders. And the only caveat is you have to have $99 or more in your cart when you check out. Now, the other thing is, I believe there's free shipping today all weekend long, and there's no minimum purchase on that. So basically, I mean, you could, if you spend over $99, you can use that 25% off coupon code, which is SUPER25, and then you also get free shipping. So that's just amazing. So be able to use that for sure. There are a bunch of supercharged deals and savings all weekend long here on Shop HQ. Okay, we have some people on here. Rick and Lisa, thank you. John Urban is here. Godfather, thank you so much, Glenn, for being here on the show today. And I'm just looking at those on live stream right now. But be sure to follow Shop HQ on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on, let's see what else, there's Pinterest and also YouTube. 5 different platforms people follow Shop HQ. So you're not missing out on anything when it comes to savings and deals and new products, whether it's watches or anything else on the website that they have. So check it out. New stuff is being added all the time. Different vendors are being added continuously to the website. And be sure to follow me on social media. I am Invicta Ryan. That's on Facebook. And then on Instagram and also on X, it is the.ryan.code, the Ryan code. All right, I want to see those follows here during the course of the show. All right, well, we're going to kick off things. And so what we're going with the theme this afternoon is something that I would say is done the least amount in terms of what wraps around your wrist, whether it's called a bracelet or a strap. And so I consider these straps, and all the 4 different items that I'll be presenting today are actually genuine leather straps. 2 of them are upgraded to that calf leather. So we'll kick off the first watch here. And so we have the 27 millimeter wildflower. And so this is more for the ladies. If guys want to wear this too, I have no problem with that whatsoever. But check this out. Here we go. Right here, you can see this beautiful octagonal design, something that has been out there in different formats throughout the industry. And the regular price on this watch, excuse me, I'll have to get some water, is $495. Now, Shop HQ went down 83%, down to $84.99. Now, if you use this, if you get this watch and something else by chance, it will actually bring the price down with that Super 25, as long as you have $99 in your cart, down to $63.74. Now, there are 2 different color options. This is the gold tone. So it's that 18 karat gold that has been plated on all the metalwork, including the buckle for the watch, with that brown leather strap. Then there is a silver tone option too, which is basically silver tone with the black leather and contrast stitching. So we're measuring it 27 millimeters, so that's going west to east because it is that octagonal shaped case. You can see just a little bit of curvature too on either side, the west and the east and west side. Now the movement on the inside is a quartz movement. So all watches today are quartz movement. So that means it's battery operated, no need to wind, holds a very, very accurate time for you. So this one is the PC21. And so this is your 3-hand movement. There's not even a date window. So it really makes it a little bit more simple in terms of that. Now, what I like about this timepiece is I want you to look at too, the dial. It's what's referred to as that guilloche inspired dial. If you can just see right here, it's a little bit, you can see there's just a little bit more edging that goes along here on the inside. So what it is the dial, excuse me, is pressed from either side, that oil pressing, which gives a guilloche look Guilloche dials are hand-carved dials. They're very expensive. This has that similar look. Another thing I also like are just the Roman numerals going all the way around. All 12-hour markers. So you have all 12-hour markers. You have Invicta's name, and then also the 3 hand movements on the inside. Simple, classic, and also a very luxurious look on the wrist. I forgot to mention the overall profile. Overall profile is 7.5 millimeters, so just barely over a quarter of an inch winding or rising up from the wrist. Now, in terms of that leather strap, wrist sizes from about 5.5 inches up to 7.5 inches can wear this watch and just make it look elegant. The strap on it is a 16 millimeter strap. You can see right there, that's what that 1.6 actually means, is that 16 millimeters going all the way across. We have the mineral crystal here too, and the water resistance is 30 meters, but I don't recommend taking this watch in the water at all. I would say that for the watches that are at least 50 meters or 100 meters for sure, and either bracelets or those silicone bands. All right. I think that's fantastic. Let's see. Michael, thank you for being here. Bob Cohen, Navy Doc, my brother from another mother is here. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see, Rick and Lisa, as we talked about before, and I'm just going off the live stream. So thank you so much to those of you out there who are tuning in via Instagram and also Facebook and YouTube. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next timepiece here. Again, another genuine leather strap. And this is a 46 millimeter S1 Rally Quartz chronograph leather strap timepiece. Now, you guys may have seen this before. I do remember presenting this before at Shop HQ. I like it for a number of reasons, and I'll get into that. So here is the timepiece. There are 2 different colors, and I'll start off with the colors. Now, this is considered the white. If you go to the website and you look at the watch, and Harry will add the watch here up in the corner in just a second so you can click on it. It says white. Now, the thing is, this color is more of an ivory color. There we go. Thank you, Harry. This is more of an ivory color here for the timepiece. So it's not that white, but they just didn't have ivory as a choice when you order. The other color is brown. So I think it's just a beautiful watch. Let me just polish this off really quick. I smudged up the sides of the watch. I want it to look nice for you. Okay, here we go. That should look better on the side. There we go. That's how it should look. Okay, so the price on this watch, regularly MSRP is $695. Shop HQ brought it down 87% down to $89.99. Now again, if you get, it falls a little bit short, $9 short of that minimum of $99 to use that coupon code SUPER25. But once you do, you can get that card up. It actually brings this watch down to $67.40. That's an absolute steal here for this watch. And remember that SUPER25 is that coupon code, but you have to have that $99 or more in your card. So it's this watch and another timepiece out there too. So here's what let's talk about the watch. So we're talking about 46 millimeters in terms of the overall case diameter, really almost exactly about a half of an inch rising up. And look at that beautiful high polish here that you'll see on the watch. Here is the case back with the S1 Rally logo on it. And then as you look at it, there's actually the 2 function pushers over here, which act as the start stop for the chronograph. And then this is the reset. So if I press this button, if you don't know what a chronograph is, it's just simply an analog stopwatch, not like a digital, but an analog, meaning also the hands on this watch are like analog. You have the hands. So if I press this top button, I want you to look right here because this will measure your seconds and this will measure your minutes. So if I press this button, you'll see now that second hand has started to move. And if you look even closer, I'll try to hold it really, really close and try not to have it be out of focus, there's also in that black ring on the outside of that lower subdial, tells you on inside of that black ring what seconds. So we just passed 20 seconds, but it's also a tachymeter. So that will measure speed over a certain unit of distance. So let's just say you're traveling a known distance, like a mile, and then all of a sudden you press stop, whatever number that is pointing to. I can't quite see. I have to look here in a second. That is pointing to, I think, about 100. So that means over the course of that distance, you went 100 miles an hour, and that was just in 35 seconds. So that's what that actually means. I think that's really cool to have. Now, if you want to, so I hit the stop button, here's the reset, and you'll see that hand go back to 0, and it just stays stationary. So, all right. Well, the thing that I like about this timepiece also is I've mentioned it before, and I've presented this watch many, many times over the years, is that this watch has more of that narrow bezel. And so that narrow bezel will just give a little bit more real estate to the dial on the inside of the timepiece here. So you have a little bit more dial play that goes along. You have the the Arabic numerals that go around, and very cleverly done. At the 1 o'clock hour marker is the S1 logo here for this particular collection from Invictus. So very, very well done. I like that little play. The genuine leather strap has a texture, or it has a contrast stitching that's been done. Nice genuine leather. Even says genuine leather on the underside here, as you can see right there. You have the perforation that goes through, and wrist sizes anywhere from about 6 3/4 up to Tony White, 9 inches, actually 9 1/4 inch wrist can fit into this watch. You have a mineral crystal that's going to impact the timepiece here, more of a softer brushed finish here on the top here of the lugs, but then on both sides of the case, you'll be able to see right here just how nicely polished that watch is. Very, very high polished. On the wrist, fits easily on the wrist. Look at that. That's on a 6 1/2 inch wrist, or 6 3/4 inch wrist right there. That's a beautiful timepiece. I like it. That's a fantastic deal too. So get your cart up to that $99 plus, and then use that coupon code SUPER25. And remember, it's free shipping all weekend long, no minimums. So you can buy that watch at the regular price without the coupon. You're still going to get free shipping one way or the other. So try to get that cart over that $99 mark, and then go ahead and use SUPER25. All right, let me just see if anybody else joined here really quick that said hi. Let's see, Michael Hugh. Thank you for being here, Michael. All right. Let's see. Godfather said, I had this S1 in my collection until my son took it. Oh, well, Godfather, that means that. So if, Godfather, I have a question for you. So if your son takes one of your watches, then do you still have the same amount of watches, or do you make your overall count one less than? Kind of curious about that. Actually, I was just going through and organizing my watches here yesterday and today too. So, all right. Well, we'll continue to move on, and I'll see what Godfather has to say here in just a second. Love the brown leather strap. Yep. All right. So the next timepiece here, this one is going to be, excuse me, you're looking at, let me just double check. Yeah, the iForce. So we have the iForce here, and this is, it's technically the 48 millimeter iForce quartz multifunction leather strap. Now the regular price is $495. Shop HQ brought it down 85%, down to $74.99. Now again, if you can get that coupon code, it's gonna be free shipping no matter what. But if you can get that, or if you can get that overall cart of yours up to at least $99 or more, you'll save 25% off. If you use that code SUPER25, it brings this watch down to $56.24. Let me just show you right here, first of all, right there. Genuine calf leather. This watch actually reminds me of this strap. Reminds me a bit of some of the Sea Hunters from before. Sea Hunters used to have the genuine calf leather straps on them too. Okay, there's only one color choice, and this is it. It's the silver tone. So this, it has more of a gunmetal bezel. I just want to double check that. A gunmetal bezel in the timepiece. It has that circular brush that goes along, which really matches up with all the Arabic numerals on the inside. So with this watch being at that 48 millimeters, we're looking at about 12.5 millimeters, just under a ½ inch in the overall profile here of the timepiece. There's just a small, tiny little dome to that flame fusion crystal. And that flame fusion crystal means that it is a, oh, here's Invicta Claus. Good to see you here. And so the flame fusion crystal incorporates both a mineral and a sapphire crystal together. So you have that hardness and scratch resistance all with this one crystal alone here for the watch. Let's see, anything else? Oh, yeah, so with the movement on the inside, it's a VD64. It's actually giving me the same movement in the final watch here today. If you look off to the side here, that's your date and your day. So you have a date. That's a part of this timepiece also, which I think is just great. Let me just show you the case back real quick. So you have right there, water resistance being 100 meters for the watch. And wrist sizes, let me just double check what I put down. It is 7 inches up to 9 inches. And I typically, before the show, there might be a discrepancy. There are sometimes on the website in terms of the wrist sizes that the watches can fit. I always, before the live stream, go through with my wrist or my tool right here, so I can measure what size wrist the watches will fit or fit up to. So we're looking anywhere from 7 to 9 with this watch. Now, a couple things I do extra like about this watch are the calf leather, as we mentioned before. You can even see on the back, it says genuine calf leather. You have the 100 meters of water resistance, large Arabic numerals, especially at the 12 and 6 o'clock position, which makes it stand out a little bit more. And then if you notice too, there's a little bit of this textured dial on the inside. So it's just not that flat, smooth dial. There's just that little perforation that's been done to it, which takes out a little bit of that shininess or that gloss for that dial. And then of course you have your date on the inside of the watch. Here it is on my wrist. Yeah, another great timepiece here at that 48 millimeters. Like it. Okay, well, we have one more watch, and I'm going through things a little bit quicker today just because I'm sure a lot of you guys have the plans going on for the big game. Let me know down here. Let's see, anybody else? Let me see. Godfather says his count is less. So, okay, well, I wonder how many less it is because of his son right now or anybody else. I know he's very, very generous with his family and also his watches. So let me see. What do you guys think here? I want to hear your comments. Are you thinking it's Seattle or is it going to be New England today? Who's going to come out on top and be the champions? Just comment below here. Let's see that real quick. Okay. Off to the final watch here of this live stream. And remember, next week's live stream will be 2. It's every Sunday and every Wednesday. So next Wednesday and then every Sunday here for the month of February. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you can just make sure that's on the schedule and good. Let's see. Seattle. John says Seattle. Invicta Claus. Anthony says New England. Okay, fair enough. Ooh. Rick and Lisa, Patriots, 31-27. Sounds like you maybe put some money down on that with that those numbers there. All right. Well, here is the final watch here. I'll get through and I'll let you guys get to everything going on for the pre-game and everything else. And hey, Bob, good to see you. All right. I was just actually talking with your Minnesota friend here. I think you know who I'm talking about, just a little bit north of me. All right, well, here is a final timepiece. Now, this is the Vintage, Invicta Vintage, and that is designated right here with that logo here for the watch. A little bit of that sunray pattern for the case back of the timepiece, but I want you to look at it again right away. Boom, right there. Genuine calf leather again on this watch. And I have to say, out of all 4 watches today, this is the softest strap. Now you can obviously break in the other straps just a little bit more too, and they'll break in, but just right out of the gate, softest strap right here. Okay, regular retail price for this watch, $995. Did I put that down correct? Yeah, I think so. So $995, but that price doesn't matter because the sale price is 92% off. That's down to $74.99. Again, if you can get that cart up to $99 or more, at checkout, use that coupon code SUPER25, brings this watch down to $56.24. This watch happens to be my favorite out of the 4 different watches that I presented here today. First of all, I think the size of 45 millimeters is fantastic. As I mentioned before, the leather strap on this timepiece is extra soft just right out of the get-go, and it's 22 millimeter going across. So I can even break the strap in even more if I want, with the timepiece. I think black and silver, you can never go wrong. This movement is the VH64, so you're getting into the date yet again, which I love. And then look at the Arabic numerals. They're all fully filled here inside of this watch with luminescence material. So you're just going to have a nice, brilliant glow in those low lit situations here with this watch. You have an upgraded flame fusion crystal also, so you get that scratch resistance and also that hardness from a sapphire and mineral crystal all encompassed into one. But look at, you can see what time it is real close, because also the hands, the hour and minute are fully luminescent, and even from far you can just see the watch extra easy here from this timepiece. Or I mean, you can tell the time from afar with this watch. Yeah, this watch is my favorite out of everything. And hey, with that coupon code SUPER25 for the watch to be $56.24. Again, your price, your checkout price or your cart price, excuse me, has to be at least $99. Then use that coupon code SUPER25 and it will bring this watch down to $56.24, which I think is an absolute steal. All right, let's see real quick here. Anything else? Rick and Lisa said the Patriots. Let's see. Great deal. Nice gift watch as well. I agree with you, Anthony. I think that this would be a perfect gift watch, or maybe just one of those. If you get two of these, you'll get the same. You get two watches then for basically $112.48. So pretty good deal for two watches right here. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to bounce here. I'll let you get back to your pre-game, your parties or whatever you happen to be doing. Yes, the numbers do loom, Anthony. Let me just see. I might as well turn off the lights because I'm going to log out here in just a second. So I'll just leave you with that. I'll turn off one more light and see if I can get this to glow a little bit more. One more light. Let's see. See if this works. Yeah, look at that right there. Does that work? You can see the loom right there. All right, let's see anything else. All right, Patriots. All right, you guys. Well, enjoy the big game today, and I will see you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to tell your friends out there in the watch community about the Watch Wednesdays. We'd love to have more people join on. And also remember to check out Shop HQ's website for anything else out there, even besides watches. There are big categories out there on the website. And make sure to sign up also for Shop HQ's text alerts and email alerts also, so you don't miss anything and miss any of the deals and let somebody else swipe it from you. Okay, enjoy your Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And also enjoy the game. Take care, and I'll see you.